This is the Evil Never Dies podcast. This podcast contains adult language and content.
Welcome back to the Evil Never Dies podcast. I'm Brett. What's going on, Carl?
I'm enjoying that we have our full screen back again, thanks to YoStream.
Yes, we do.
No more little sidebar. So now whenever you're talking, I can do whatever I want to do again. People won't see me.
Before they had to look in the little screen.
They could look in the little mirror and see what I was up to. So no more little mirror.
Yeah. Forgot what I was going to say. Shit.
I don't know.
Huh?
You're confused.
I'm confused. Well, we got interrupted. We'd started recording and we were fucking rudely interrupted. So
yeah, by Jack. He wants to be interviewed for the show, by the way.
Yeah, he ain't coming in here and interviewing.
Why not?
I won't get rid of him.
You're right. He would stay.
Nowhere to sit, Jack. I got too much shit in the middle of the floor.
We'll have him do an intro video so everybody can meet him.
Yeah, we'll introduce Jack to you for sure. He's a cool old bastard. Oh, hot as fuck out. 100 and fuck outside.
Yep.
Need to, I don't know. I'm just sick of it already. We've had like 10 or 11 days straight, so.
Oh, it's August 1st tomorrow, so you got a month to go, and then September, you know how that goes.
Well, yeah, it could be 100 and something in October still here.
It could, but September, we're working on the haunted house, whether it's 112, I don't care what it is.
Last year, I think it got up to 100 degrees when it was in October. I think they said on the news.
I might be right. Last year, we didn't give a hell because we weren't doing the haunted house, but this year, we need good weather.
Yes, we do, for our one evening.
We could expand it, I guess, but all of our actors are kids, and they all want to go trick-or-treating on Halloween night.
Yeah.
Unless we tuck them up to Springdale.
Well, we can run it ourselves. Oh, I don't know. That's a long way off yet.
This week's show, Brett picked.
Yes, I did. I did pick it. And it is Psycho 2 from 1983.
The sequel to Psycho 1. Somebody on one of the interviews was saying, well, in Psycho 1, she said, I can't believe I'm calling it Psycho 1 now. Yeah, but it is.
Yes. And it's directed by Richard Franklin, written by Tom Holland.
Richard Franklin was a student of Hitchcock's, by the way.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's from Australia.
He's Australian, yep.
Based on characters created by Robert Bloch. Produced by Hilton A. Green and Bernard Schwartz. Cinematography by Dean Cundy.
I know him.
I know him too. He's done lots of stuff.
Yep.
And he did a great job in this film as well. Edited by Andrew London. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. Production companies, Universal Pictures and Oak Industries. Distributed by Universal Pictures. Released on June 3rd, 1983. Rated R. Has a running time of 113 minutes. Country, United States, English language. Had a budget of $5 million. Guess how much it made at the box office, Carl?
$33 million.
Close. This says 34.7. So
Wow, I saw it was 33 million on the stuff I was looking at. So they may have counted something else in there.
maybe video sales towards the end.
True.
All right. Guess we'll go over the cast real quick, or do you want to do the plot first?
Let's do the cast. It's always better to do the cast.
All right. First off, we got Anthony Perkins. He reprises his role as Norman Bates,
AKA Psycho. That's what we used to call him as a kid. We always called Norman Bates just Psycho.
And Oz Perkins, which is Anthony Perkins' son, played young Norman Bates. Next off, we got Vera Miles as Lila Crane Loomis.
And she is also from the original movie.
Yes, she is. Next up, we got Meg Tilly as Mary Samuels Loomis. Robert Loggia as Dr. Bill Raymond. Dennis France as Warren Toomey.
Yeah, he was a trip in this movie.
He was a scumbag asshole, man.
Yeah.
Hugh Gillen as Sheriff John Hunt. Robert Allen Brown as Ralph Statler. Claudia Breyer as Emma Spool. Lee Garlington as Myrna. Jill Carroll as Kim. Ben Hartigan as the judge. And Tim Mayer as Josh. And that is the cast of Psycho 2.
Okay.
Guess you're going to go over the plot now, Carl?
Yes, I was waiting. I thought you were going to say something else. You kept moving your head. You're not. So anyway, the weird part of this movie is it starts off with the shower scene, which I thought was sort of unnecessary. I mean, if you haven't seen Psycho 1, why the hell are you watching Psycho 2? I don't know. I just thought it was unneeded and unnecessary, but I got a feeling Universal Pictures ordered that in there. Now, that's how the movie starts, and then it shows the Bates house, and then it turns into color. Of course, the Bates house is on the Universal set. It's still there. You can go see it if you take a Universal tour. One of these days, I want to do that. So then we go to a courtroom where they have declared that after all these years, Norman Bates is now sane. He's no longer crazy. And he's being released. What do you think of that, Brett? Should they have released Norman Bates?
Hell yeah. Why not? Everybody deserves a second chance.
Well, yeah. He gets a second chance, but
good for Norman. I'm proud of Norman.
But there is protest about it. What's that? Protest. I hear it already. They're protesting outside Brett's house. They don't want Norman Bates out. So, don't matter. They let Norman out. And of all things, guess what? He goes back to the Bates Motel, which is being run by Dennis Franz now, who's running a pretty shady operation. So Norman goes back into the old house and immediately starts seeing traces of Mother in his mind. But Vera Miles, who was in the first movie, was the sister of, what's her face? I don't remember.
Oh, the mother, Norman's mother?
No.
Oh, the Marion?
Marion, yeah, her sister. So she's decided she's going to plot against Norman and set him up to where he goes crazy again. And that's that part. In the meantime, they get Norman a job at the local cafe where a strange old lady works there that seems interested in Norman. And I guess, I don't know what you'd call her, the protagonist, the hero, the whatever. Meg Tilly's character. And she sort of becomes Norman's buddy. But in secret, she's working against Norman as well. Norman's only ally was the old lady at the diner and his doctor. The doctor thought he was cool. Sheriff was okay with him. But things start going really strange, of course. He sees notes from Mother, gets phone calls from Mother, and yeah. Then Dennis Franz's character, he fires him and he shows up at the diner and it gets ugly there and then he disappears. Things get weirder. People start peeping at Meg Tilly through little holes while she's taking a shower. What do you think of that, Brett?
So we had a peeping Tom.
We did, which is reminiscent of the original Psycho, of course. But is it Norman doing all this? Could how could his mother be alive again? Maybe she never died? Or is it something else? Thus, Psycho 2. The Return of Norman Bates. They should have called the damn thing. But back then they didn't name sequels, did they?
No, they didn't, I don't think. Very rare. Was very rare too.
Yeah.
So, all right. You got the Blu-ray, right?
Yes, we'll go over that next. And
All
here
right,
it
let's
is.
go over that.
This is, they say it's a collector's edition. I don't know what's really collectible about it. But this has been out for a long time. I don't know when Scream Factory put it out. But this thing looks outstanding on my new Sony 4K TV. That thing upscales really good. It's got some cool art in the middle of it even. Of course, with the Blu-ray blue, you can't really see it so well. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of special features on this. The main special feature is a vintage video, which was like a screener. Like, I don't know exactly how to put it. And it's got, they talk to Anthony Perkins and everybody. But it's really not in good shape. And some of the audio actually fades out on it. So I think it's cool they put that in there. But it was just sort of really bad footage. But they talked to the director, Richard Franklin, and Vera Miles, who returns from the original Psycho, and Anthony Perkins. And there's some interviews with Meg Tilly, but it's all vintage from when they filmed the movie. There's an audio commentary with the screenwriter. I think Tom Holland wrote the script.
Mm-hmm.
And trailers and a TV spot, and that's all. No good features on this thing. I don't know that you'll ever see this come out on 4K. Universal just might, because they like doing that kind of stuff. Don't think it's necessary. This thing looks pristine. It looks really, really good. And it's funny because when you watch the old footage, you see how crap everything used to look. So good job, Scream Factory. This thing's still in print. You can still get it. Psycho 3 is also out, and I think 4. They did a 4th one that was like a made-for-TV show that wasn't very good.
I think you can get the 2 and 3 on a 2-pack thing.
Yeah,
special.
that might be true. I used to have them in a 2-pack on DVD until these came out. But really enjoyed watching this thing again last night, looking so good. The whole key to Psycho 1 was it was in black and white. That sort of made the movie. Well, this thing was in such good color, I think just the opposite effect. I think it really, really made it shine. So, yeah, definitely we'll give it a 4-star Blu-ray since it don't have any good features on it. They could have done something, I would think, but they did not. But, I just don't like it when they call things collector's editions when there's really nothing that collectible. I guess they consider this old vintage video collectible. I don't know. But definitely recommend it if you're a fan of the movie.
Okay. Cool. All right, I guess we'll jump into some trivia here.
Let's talk about the score before we get to trivia.
Okay, yeah.
I'm kind of curious what you think about the score.
It was sort of reminiscent to the original in a way.
I don't think it was nearly as powerful.
No.
I mean, the score made Psycho. That was the whole
Yeah.
movie. I mean, I think on the special features, they actually have like a few scenes without the music, and it's just terrible. This score just isn't nearly as influential. I wouldn't say influential, just as it just isn't there to me. I mean, you hear it, but it's just not. It's more like
Very
in the background.
faint. Very
Very
faint.
faint. And I don't like that. I think if you're gonna make a sequel to Psycho, you should have probably done a little more with the score. And what'd you say, Jerry Goldsmith?
Or even try to exceed the original.
Yeah, but this movie was totally different from the original. They went complete different directions. So maybe that's why I didn't hear anything about the score really. So I just thought it could have been better myself.
Okay. It was okay, but it wasn't very noticeable because it was so faint.
Yeah.
But the actual music wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad, no, but it certainly didn't exceed the original in any way with the score.
Nope.
Nor do I don't even know if they could if they would have tried, so.
Exactly. All right. The reflection of young Norman in the doorknob when he flashes back to his mother's poisoning is Anthony Perkins' son, Osgood Perkins. I guess they call him Oz for short.
Yeah, I noticed him when I was watching it. I actually remembered that. That was his son.
At time code 2510 of the film, when Mary and Norman Bates first go into Norman's mother's room before they turn the lights on, you can see Sir Alfred Hitchcock's silhouette on the wall to the far right. Did you notice that?
I did, but I've known about that since the 80s, so full disclosure.
Okay. The original house set was used and the motel was reconstructed, so it wasn't the same motel as from the original.
Yeah, I don't think the motel scene they might have something at Universal Studios resembling it, but I don't know offhand. I know the house is there.
Meg Tilly was never allowed to watch any sort of television as a child, and so she had never seen the original Psycho and was unaware of its significance. She didn't understand why the press was giving all the attention to Anthony Perkins for his comeback role in this sequel. And one day on set, Perkins overheard her say, "Why is Tony getting all the attention?" Perkins was upset, didn't talk to her during filming, and recommended that she be replaced, even though half of her scenes had already been shot. Wow.
Now, Anthony Perkins, I've studied him a lot, and he was always known to be sort of a weird guy. He was, very emotional, and I could see that. I've never heard that story before, but it totally makes sense with him.
All right. Producer Hilton A. Green originally suggested Jamie Lee Curtis to play Mary Loomis because of her being the daughter of Janet Leigh. And having success with Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis had a scheduling conflict, though, and did not want to return to the horror genre after getting such a huge role in the year's top comedy, Trading Places. What do you think? How do you think Jamie would have did in this role, Carl?
I think she would have been terrible and would have ruined the movie. She had no place in the movie. I think Meg Tilly did a good job, but as a kid, I had a crush on her, I do believe. I do. So I thought she was fine in this movie. Thought she fit the role just good and played the whole Norman's buddy and then act like she was scared at times. And then, yeah, I think she did a good job in this. So, no, Jamie Lee would have not.
Wouldn't you think she would sort of actually be a little leery of him, though, knowing that he...
Well, yeah, but I think she plays it off really well. Like at one point, he says, "I have no knives." And she's like, "Oh, come on, there's got to be a butter knife." And she pulls out a knife and gives it to him. And then she gets this look like, "Oh, fuck, I just gave Psycho a knife." And then he cuts the bread and she so I think that was done great. Sometimes she does act scared of him. Her mother, has got her doing all this, but I think she legitimately at one point sort of thinks that he's an okay guy, really. I thought that was a great character. I think they wrote it well, and I think she played it off well myself.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I mean, What would you do if they sent you to go hang with Norman Bates, Brett?
Shit. I don't know.
What would you do?
Hope he wouldn't stab me, I guess.
Yeah. Or watch you in the shower. He'd get a good look at you, Brett.
You'd see a big fucking hairy Bigfoot looking motherfucker is what he'd see.
Ooh.
Vera Miles said in interviews that she never really talked to Anthony Perkins during the shooting of the original. She said Alfred Hitchcock was so strict and focused, and everyone was bending over backwards to get this stuff right, so no one really had the time or freedom to socialize. But she said when they were shooting the sequel, both she and Perkins had loosened up. They had a few conversations together. He was delightful, she said. Do you think Norman was delightful?
I don't know, but Anthony Perkins, like I said, was an interesting character. So I could see, you don't make him mad, he'd be really, really cool with you. But I guess Meg Tilly pissed him off.
The way Norman says cutlery in the scene in the kitchen was conceived during a table read of the script. Anthony Perkins accidentally stuttered when he said the line, and director Richard Franklin loved it and told him to say it like that in the film.
Yeah, because Norman stuttered in the original movie.
That's really Anthony Perkins playing the piano scene. He was a lifelong pianist and teacher.
That's cool.
The original shower head used in the original Psycho was supposed to have been used in the sequel as well. However, just before filming was to commence, someone stole it.
Oh, no.
Stole the original shower head.
What an asshole. It's probably on eBay somewhere now.
Meg Tilly has expressed that her worst film experiences was working with Anthony Perkins and director Richard Franklin, saying that they were both very difficult to work with. She has also said her best film experience was working with director Norman Jewison and co-stars Jane Fonda and Anne Bancroft in Agnes of God from 1985. Interesting, both films resulted in Tilly being nominated for several awards, including a Golden Globe and an Oscar nod.
I remember right after Psycho 2, she got an Oscar nomination. She really kind of took off from here.
Writer Robert Bloch published the novel Psycho 2 in 1982. The plot of the book is very different to the feature film. It has Norman Bates escaping from the mental institution and traveling to Hollywood to stop the production of a film based on his life. Universal Studios was reportedly upset by Bloch's take on the horror film industry, and this led to the development of this 1983 sequel. That might have sort of been cool, I think.
I don't know. The novel Psycho 2's always kind of gotten bad reviews. I never have read it, but I've never heard anything good about it, so I don't know. I kind of think this one went pretty well. Just let him out and see what happens, and the Loomis family fucks with him. They hadn't messed with him, everything would have been fine, I think.
I think so too, exactly. All right, when Anthony Perkins was ambivalent about the sequel and leaning towards passing on returning to play Norman Bates, rumors flew that Christopher Walken was going to be cast in the lead role, and the sequel would be a television movie event. However, Perkins eventually agreed to star in the sequel. In the Blu-ray commentary for the sequel, Tom Holland was asked if Walken had almost become the new Norman Bates. He said he could neither confirm nor deny the reports, and immediately began talking about an unrelated subject. I don't think
this was originally going to be a TV movie. I remember that.
Christopher Walken.
If they hadn't brought Anthony Perkins in, this movie would have been total shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It would have. There's no way, I mean, I know they made that one guy made that shot-by-shot remake. When was that? About 10 years ago, and everybody hated it. You can't replace Anthony Perkins. He is Norman Bates.
Yeah.
Well, I say that. The
That
Bates Motel TV show.
yeah, that guy did a good
That
job.
guy did a really good job playing a young Norman Bates.
Yes, he did.
So maybe I will stand back from that statement. But an adult grown Norman Bates, yeah, it had to be Anthony Perkins.
Yeah. Composer Jerry Goldsmith had written a musical theme for Norman Bates that director Richard Franklin rejected. The theme ended up being used in Twilight Zone, the movie from 1983. Anthony Perkins, Vera Miles, and Virginia Gregg are the only actors to reprise their roles from Psycho.
Who is Virginia Gregg?
Anthony Perkins was given an audio cassette tape of the opening title theme by composer Jerry Goldsmith, and the music allegedly brought Perkins to tears. I guess because he's a pianist himself.
Yeah. Well, Jerry Goldsmith has done some of the best scores ever, so
I know.
he was the right guy to do it, no doubt about it.
Yep. Set designers for Psycho 2 found many props and decor from the original film to use again, including their version of a notorious painting, the Rape of Lucretia, returned to cover up Norman's peephole in the wall of his office. It also saw a return in Psycho 3 from 1986. Meg Tilly's character name, Mary Samuels, is a reference to the original Psycho. In that film, Marion Crane signs her name as Marie Samuels in the Bates Motel. The book upon which the film was based had Marion named Mary.
And of course, Sam Loomis was the boyfriend.
Meg Tilly,
and Sam Loomis teamed up with the sister, to go find Norman Bates in the original.
Yep. Meg Tilly did not attend the premiere of this film. She must have been pissed off.
It sounded like Tony Perkins was screwing with her, so I guess I could see why.
Let's see here. We already talked about him being a student of Hitchcock.
Yes.
But
it was his first time he ever directed a movie in the United States.
The book Mary is reading in bed on her first night in the Bates house is In the Belly of the Beast, an account of life in prison that was one of the resources used by Norman Mailer to write the Executioner's Song, and was assisted by Mailer in getting published in 1981. It also shows up in Psycho 3, abandoned and battered in the Bates front yard. Let's see here. Original Psycho made $32 million worldwide. And sequel only made $2 more million than it did.
Well,
so it wasn't as big a hit as the original for sure.
No, there's no way.
Quentin Tarantino has stated that this is one of his favorite films and that he prefers this to Psycho.
I could see people saying that because Psycho, really, there's not a lot go on in Psycho. There's just a few scenes, but it's the whole, Hitchcock thing. But I could see somebody prefer this. I'm not saying that I do. I can see that aspect. So I get you there, Tarantino.
Quentin?
Yeah.
The Universal Studios backlot is used to represent the town of Fairvale. It was later used to represent Kingston Falls and Gremlins, Hill Valley, and Back to the Future and Back to the Future Part 2.
Some of that burned.
A body double in the bathroom scene for Meg Tilly's nude exit from the bathtub. Meg Tilly does not appear naked in this sequel.
Well, you just ruined everything for me.
Oh, shit. Well, they did only show her from the neck down, so. Lee Garlington, who plays Myrna, the bitchy waitress at Emma Spool's Diner, also produced the handwriting of Mother's Notes. Garlington is a well-known veteran Hollywood actress and has appeared in sitcoms Roseanne and 8 Simple Rules. Richard Franklin was selected to direct the sequel because of the film he called Road Games from 1981 that was considered to be influenced by Rear Window from 1954, one of Hitchcock's most famous films. According to the Psycho Movies website, only about 40 feet of the Bates Motel was constructed for the sequel. The original motel had been torn down to make room for the Universal Studios tour. Much of the exterior of the motel is a matte painting by Albert Whitlock, so they just got it painted up there.
Yeah, that's the one thing about this movie. The Bates Motel plays no role really whatsoever.
No.
Now in Psycho 3, it's a completely different. It gets used again.
All right, establishing shot of the house and motel at around 6:54 is a complex matte painting shot by Albert Whitlock. Most of the scene is painted. The scene not only contains a pan, but it was also uses a rotoscope matte to have the top of the car be seen over a part of the painting as it enters the shot. That looked real as shit, dude.
Yeah, they did a good job with that
For
stuff.
it being a painting, dang. Final theatrical feature film of actress Claudia Breyer, who played Mrs. Emma Spool. When Mary walks into Mother's room, we already talked about that. Never mind. Brian De Palma declined to direct this sequel. I'm sort of glad this guy did it because, being a student of Hitchcock and everything.
Correct.
I think he did it justice for sure. It has been suggested that the eye during the peephole scare shot where Mary Samuels looks through the peephole was actually a shot of one of Tilly's own eyeballs so as to create the distorting effect on the audience. Let's see here. Well, all the critics are with you, Carl. They all criticize the shower scene at the beginning.
Yeah, that was totally useless.
Norman Bates refrains from giving Mary the key to Cabin 1. Cabin 1 was the site of the infamous shower scene in the original Psycho. Wow, this film was shot in only 32 days.
Quick.
Yeah, for back then, usually 90 was like a minimum back in the 80s for a movie. Let's see here. Norman Bates plays 2 pieces on the piano throughout the sequel, both composed by Beethoven. There's a shot in Psycho, there's a shot of a record player. The record on the player is a piece called Arakia by Beethoven. This is not the piece played in Psycho 2. This suggests Norman's affection towards Beethoven's music. This was probably woven into the plot because, like we said, Anthony Perkins is a piano aficionado. Let's see here. We've talked about a bunch of this stuff already.
Yeah, I think he did a good job with the trivia.
It was cool that they got 3 of the original cast members, though, for sure.
Who was the third? I asked you earlier and you missed what I think.
I forget which one she played. I forget.
I didn't even know there was a third. I just knew the 2. So I don't know.
Let me look and see what character she was.
Ray, you're failing me. He's failing me, people.
Emma Spool.
Was she in the original?
Yeah, the Claudia Breyer. Emma
Okay.
School was the owner of the restaurant.
In the original? I don't remember.
Yeah, she was in the original.
But she owned I don't get it. What character did she play in the original?
I don't know. I'd have to pull up her IMDb. I don't want to do that right now.
God dang, Brett, you failing me. He failed me, everybody.
Was she the other secretary with her at the bank?
I don't know. If I knew, I wouldn't be asking. I'd be
I think
telling.
she was. I think she was.
If I knew, I would be telling. I don't know. I didn't even know that that she was in the original.
That's the only other female that was in the movie was her. So it had to be her. All right.
All right.
Are you going first?
No, it's your movie. You go first.
All right. I think I actually remember seeing this when it first came out. I think we actually went to the theater and seen it when we lived out in California. I think it was like one of the first, one and only movies that I seen in a theater out there when I lived out there. But I haven't watched it again since till probably like 2 months ago when Jimbo and Bond did a episode on Psycho 3, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go watch Psycho 2. So that was a couple months ago.
So credit to Jimbo and Bond for us doing this movie, I guess.
Stirring the fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really remember it from back then, but I forgot how good this movie actually was. Everybody did a great job in it. I'm not a big Meg Tilly fan.
Yeah, you told me that. You know, I'm like, what? So yeah, we disagreed on that. I'm not saying I'm a fan of her. I just thought she did a good job in this particular
Well, yeah, I think
movie.
she did a good job in this, but I'm just overall, I'm just not a big fan of hers.
Yeah, I got you.
The cinematography was perfect. Dean Cundy, man, you can't go wrong with that guy. Everything looked great. Everybody, all the acting. Anthony Perkins just knocked it out of the park, man. Reprising that role, did such a good job. Everybody did a great job. Storyline was cool. I had to ask you today. I was like, I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, Brett was asking me what happened, and I'm like, well,
like, is this right? And you're like, yeah. I was like, okay, I get it now. But
it's confusing if you've only watched it once as to what really happened.
Exactly.
And then you wonder if that's really what happened.
Exactly. That's why I was asking you. I was like,
yeah.
But yeah, everything, they did a great job with this movie. The plot and storyline all was good. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 for sure.
And we did Psycho, the first one, right?
Yeah,
I thought so.
Yep.
We've done so many movies, I can't remember everything we've done, honestly. So, yeah, I remember this movie as a kid when it came out. My mom didn't like horror movies, and I don't even know if Psycho is considered a horror movie. I think we talked about that before, but she was all excited that this movie came out. But I don't remember my mother ever going to the movie theater once. I think she went and saw Titanic. That might have been about it. But she was excited about this, so I was like, "Oh, okay."
So you went to the movie? You went and seen it with her?
No, she didn't go. But I remember all the buzz around it, and being a kid fan of horror movies, I was excited for it. I don't know when the first time I got to see it was. I didn't see it at the theater. I want to say that I saw this before I saw the original Psycho. I might be wrong about that. But I remember the first time I actually watched the original Psycho, I was mad because it was in black and white and I didn't want to watch it. So, but yeah, I've always been a big fan of this movie. it's well done for 22 years later. It's sort of the sequel no one expected, I'm sure, and they do a great job. And like you said, the storyline it's very hard to follow, which is cool. Then it makes you wonder, is that really what happened?
That's it. It makes you wonder what the
Yeah.
hell's going on.
And the ending is not what I would have saw coming, you know, of course now, but when I first saw it, I didn't expect the ending.
Perfect setup for part 3.
Yes. Part 3 becomes more of a slasher film. A lot of people don't like part 3. It's not thought in any regard as Psycho 2 by many people. But we're not going to talk about it tonight. Maybe we'll review it since Jimbo did. We can do it too someday. Yeah, big fan. I mean, the first Psycho is on my top list of everything. And this is one of the better sequels I think ever made. I honestly gonna give this a 4.
Okay.
I think it's a 4. Solid 4. Maybe a little higher even. It's aged well. It really has.
It has really.
Yeah,
sure.
it doesn't. Yeah, you wouldn't even know it was filmed in the 80s. It ages so well. So I don't know. I just kind of wish the hotel had played more of a role in this movie, but I don't know if they planned on making Psycho 3 when they made this, but yeah, that would be the big knock. I'd like to see a little bit more of the motel involved, but it just doesn't play a role in this movie. But that's okay. I give it a 4.
All right.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I recommend it.
We didn't spoil anything either, because I know there's a lot of people that probably have not seen Psycho 2. It's not a very known movie, I don't think, by, you know, especially in this day and age. So I definitely recommend this thing. If you like the original Psycho, then you definitely should see this. Psycho 3, that's up to you. It's just a different sort of movie. It fits more the 80s movies than this did. So much praise. Anthony Perkins was a genius. I think a misunderstood genius. But yeah, I think Hitchcock would have been happy with this.
I think so too.
Yeah, I do.
All right. Well, I guess that's all we got for Psycho 2. Next week we're doing a live.
And Evil Talk Live?
Yeah.
And it's going to be really live everywhere, I think, this time.
Yeah, we're going to be on YouTube, Facebook, and what's that other one? One Bob's on too. I forget the name of it.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Instagram, I don't think has lives.
No, what's the one? It'll all get posted next week.
We're going to start posting this early too, so people can be ready. But it will be next Friday night. I'm guessing, what time? Do we know yet? 7, 8?
8 our time, so it's
8
9
Central
his time.
Central Daylight Time. So be ready Friday night to watch us live. We'll be with Greg as always, unless he gets sick on us again.
He better not, damn it.
Yeah, that last Evil Talk Live was terrible without him.
Yeah, with just me and you. Yeah.
So next
week, I was dealing with a kidney stone that night too, though. So
yeah, and we had no topic at all. So, and we were in the middle of our drought, as I like to call it. After that Bunny Man movie, nobody was watching anything on YouTube.
Oh,
I thought we were about finished.
The Bunny Man.
Got a lot of good feedback on Obsession. I think people like that episode.
Yeah, that was a good episode.
Yeah.
I've sort of changed my mind about that movie now.
I have too.
Well, all right, everybody.
I'm not sure about that movie anymore.
You're not?
No.
Are you changing your score?
I might. But once again, thanks to Yoast Stream as our new platform, and we're really going to see it shine next week, I hope.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching and listening. Check us out on all the social medias. Join the Evil Ones group on Facebook. And we will talk to you next week, everybody. Stay
Live.
evil.